And no finer example to any young man than Cunningham through his long service to Port Adelaide. What a credit to the game. He didn't win the toss, however. It's been won by Rick Davies in the big clash here at Unley. Sturt and Port, what a game it's going to be. First free kick of the game goes the way of Frank Spiel, just the check side of the centre circle to put the Blues into attack. Ideal football conditions, a crowd of about 14 or 15,000. The Blues go forward. Davies comes to meet it. He's got it. Gee, Anthony Dutch has got a big contract this afternoon on the Sturt champion full forward, as Davies, with the aid of a breeze worth a couple of goals, will easily make the distance with one of his better kicks. Towards the tennis court end. Rick Davies, drop punt underway, nice looking kick, the umpire getting underneath that one. The Blues off to a wonderful start in their big clash with the Magpies.
Very happy at the moment, Rick Davies, so he should be. He did it fairly easily, though. The kick came forward from Spiel from the free kick, and Davies floated into that open space. Dutch was 3 or 4 metres behind when he took the mark. Rick Davies is kicking a lot straighter these days. Sturt have scored first. 1 goal, Port Adelaide yet to score.
Harris against Spiel at the centre bounce. Important to win the opening. Spiel gets the thump away, but straight in here towards Kinnear. Kinnear puts the Magpies into attack with a high kick to the half-forward line. Philetics very awkwardly in there. Harris can't get it clear, but a free kick going that player's way at centre half-forward. Well, Sturt got one, the first of the game, and now Port have got the second of the game. Slips it over to Bradley. Try to work out where Bradley's playing, whether he's in midfield or on the ball. Up towards Evans. The big pack fly, trying to get through the pack was Ebert, can't get out. Philetics under pressure there, holding the ball screen the crowd, but the umpire will come in and bounce 30 metres out in front of the Port Adelaide goal.
So notice Russell Ebert was starting in the forward pocket, which suggests that he may run on the ball. I think Craig Bradley is probably playing centre at the moment. Spiel got the tap away. Howard in front at the moment, close to the line. That was a good tackle, just about holding the ball. Zubernick got it over to Fry. Craig is going to get run down by Bradley. The kick away finds Huppets. Huppets will go centre field. Oh, intercepting was Howard. It was meant for Clifford. Giles recovers well. Back to Clifford. A very quick kick away. Wilson, Darrington, Craig, Sturt on the run. Craig swings it wide towards Davies. Dutch behind, spoils away. Down goes Barbary. Barbary will get a free kick, according to the umpire, who didn't have the ball when the tackle was on. Sturt have opened well. Port Adelaide went forward on one occasion, but Spiel got it out for them. Barbary lines them up. Low trajectory. Offline a point. 1-1 the Blues. The Magpies yet to score.
Great buzz of expectancy at Unley. Looking forward to a big clash. Reminiscent of many that have gone on in the last 10 years. Some of them absolute classics. Dutch. Hughes on the outer side. Motley comes over the top. Harvey gets it out towards Cole, a magnificent winner on the wing last week. But he foots the ball over the line for a throw in on the outer side. Almost up to centre. In fact, it's about half forward left for the Blues at the moment. Spiel and Harris at the throw in. Harris try to hook it back. Darrington quickly. Wilson, the Blues into attack. Out, one out. Davies! Caught Dutch underneath the ball. Problems already for Port Adelaide. Davies 3 dives at the ball. Twice he's taken the grab. And this time he's only 10, 11 metres out right in front. Takes his time. He'll put this into the courts. No risk at all. Certainly didn't pull that kick. Goal number 2 to Rick Davies. Sturt 2-1. Port Adelaide haven't scored.
If Sturt get it down often enough, Big Rick will kick a cricket score today. The secret to the success of Sturt is the quick free movement that they effect through half forward. On that occasion it was Wilson. The kick was to a point and it was very quick. Davies read it better than Dutch did. Of course, Dutch has got to be concerned about more than Davies does. Davies only got to worry about the ball. Dutch has got to worry about the ball and Davies. Davies took the mark, converted. Sturt 2-1. Port Adelaide, nothing.
Harris at the centre bounce. Against Spiel. Port Adelaide got to get a quick answer. Sturt starting to fire, a lot of confidence. Craig, half-back flank. Sturt delivering the ball well at the moment. Puts it in the air for Davies. Dutch in front on this occasion. Drops a sitter. Not a good one for his confidence. Motley off the side of his boot. High, wide and handsome. And that hits the bowling green on the full. A penalty free kick in to Eckermann. Port not handling the ball with any assurance at the moment. But gee, Dutch came to meet that ball, Peter. What would that do for his confidence? Davies already having kicked 2 goals.
I think he'd be feeling a little bit sick at the moment. Davies capable of kicking 15 goals. Did it a few weeks back. A big leap from Hughes. Hughes is playing at centre half back on Motley. Painter around the body. Harvey's there. In comes Eckermann. Good tackle on Barbary. It came out though. Filkey. Oh, the kick was a good one. The Blues have had a fine start here at Unley. Filkey's first. Sturt a 3-1. Port Adelaide yet to open their account.
Tremendous reflexes then by Craig Filkey. It was a classic tackle put on by Eckermann on Barbary, who was dispossessed. He tried to get the handball over to Filkey, who had gone past him, but the hand went out. I think he was almost as surprised as most other people when he got the ball, and it was a tremendous snapshot. Sturt 3-1-19. Port Adelaide no score.
Big Frank Spiel, State ruckman. Ben Harris, the youngster. Cunningham knocked it through. Clifford caught. Holding the ball against Dubrinick. I've got a feeling that Painter's playing centre on Bradley. A long kick to half forward. Anderson in front. Being held onto according to the umpire. Anderson played very well in that Teal Cup competition last weekend.
All-Australian.
All-Australian under-17 Teal Cup player. For a fine kick. Evans, his first chance. Off hands. Through for a point. Port Adelaide have finally got a score at the 7.5-minute mark. Sturt a 3-1.
I think you're right about young Painter. He and Bradley are just pairing off. Hollis played centre for Sturt last week. Quietly very effective. Harris in the middle of the pack. Poor Pisha comes out with the ball. The mark has been paid. Thought about a running player. Fletic leads into the pocket. Evans behind him. It's going to be Fletic. Howard up, thumped away from that player. First to recover is Huppets, but the ball is out of play in the full forward left pocket. Gee, there's got to be 14 or 15,000 people here. Jam-packed is the Unley Oval. Spiel and Fletic. Anderson around the corner, coming to meet the ball, getting up nicely. Andrew Downs in front of Tim Evans takes a fine defensive mark.
Played that very well. Tim Evans is going to find it difficult in the confines of Unley Oval. Zubranic was beaten by that ball. Darrington played a fine game on Monday. Free after disposal. A little bit technical. Bradley certainly a fair player. I know he likes playing cricket, but there's a bit of a whisper that he's not too keen to go, but I'm sure that's incorrect. Davies on a lead. Splits the pack. Couldn't take the mark. Hollis. Painter. Painter won't miss. Through it goes. The Blues are playing very, very well. 4-1 Sturt. Port Adelaide a point.
Yes, moving the ball around. As I mentioned, Hollis was playing centre last week, just trying to work out his permanent forward pocket this week. But Davies, a huge leap over the top of the pack. The ball came to ground. A quick handball out from Hollis to Painter. He steadied onto the left leg. In goes the goal, and Sturt off to a magnificent start. 4 goals in 8.5 minutes.
Russell Ebert's in the square now. It's apparent that he's changing with Clifford on the ball. Ebert got the kick away, wobbled one forward. Fletic comes in. Huppets went for the mark as well. Playing too well, Port Adelaide. Pake for Sturt. Well, the kick found Motley, but Motley didn't find the ball. Hughes, Ebert, Giles. No doubt about Russell Ebert's handball. It's spot on. Through the pack goes Anderson. Barbary for Sturt. Oh, the handball. Oh, it eventually found Painter. Painter's handball to Zubranic is spot on. Through goes Wilson. He's got a ton of pace. I think he's going to kick that one as well. Well, Sturt have gone berserk here at Unley. 5-1, quarter a point. We've only played 10 minutes in.
Pace, and more pace, Peter. They ran Port Adelaide off their feet then as it came through the centre line. Handball after handball, and finally Wilson got round his opponent, straightened up, and what a magnificent running shot for goal. 5-1 the Blues, Port Adelaide a point, and do you think Russell Ebert has problems?
Port Adelaide may have a hangover from that great Monday effort against Norwood. Sturt also had a hard game on Sunday against the Bays. Bradley went for that one. Barbary stayed down, did the right thing. Davies is on a lead. I think he's going to get there. Gee, that was well put, that ball. Barbary knew exactly what to do with it. And the important thing about Davies is that he can kick them from so far out. Kick number 3 for Davies coming up. He's had 2 kicks and kicked 2 goals. In simple terms, that represents a 100% conversion rate for the Sturt champ. The way he's going, he'll cook 100 for sure this year. Kick coming back, but not far enough. Yes. 3 goals to the big fella. 6-1 the Blues, Port Adelaide a point.
Young Anthony Dutch getting a torrid time back there, but there's no way known that he could have cut that off. Superbly put by Barbary. Out in the front of the leading Davies. He only had a metre. Not the quickest play you've ever seen, but the ball came in low, and it's a very difficult one to fend off. Brilliantly done. Sturt 6-1, Port a point.
Port haven't got many moves. They could put Hughes to full back, although I agree with Ian Day. I don't think Dutch is doing much wrong at the moment. Painter for Sturt. Dutch is in front of Davies. Up goes Davies. Couldn't take it. Craig the crumbs. Onto the left boot. That's out on the full. You almost expect Sturt to kick a goal with every shot at the moment, Ian, but I guess that would be expecting too much of them. But they are playing well.
Magnificent start, Peter. Bounced out full of confidence, and certainly hasn't done anything for the confidence of the Magpies.
That move of Painter was to the centre, I think, was a good one, Ian.
Just a second. The umpire forcing him to come back and kick across the mark, which he can do, of course, because it was a penalty free kick rather than a mark and or a free. Now he's got to kick across that mark. So Eckerman will be forced to defend to the outer side. Harris waving for the ball. Spiel in attention. Harris and Spiel. Spiel up, good mark. We didn't see him take a lot of field marks last Sunday. Got his hands to the ball but couldn't bring them down. Spiel's kick is a nice one. Davies at the back. Hughes in front. Up he goes. Can't bring it down into the open goal. Goes Filkey again. Goal number 2. Sturt raining goals at the moment. Can do no wrong. 7-1. They lead Port Adelaide a point.
Well, they're certainly doing it well, Sturt. They've got so many players at the drop of the ball on that occasion when it came down. Filkey swallowed it, ran into the open goal and kicked truly.
30.
Interesting to note at this stage, Ian, we've played, what, 13 minutes. Sturt have kicked 7 goals, and I don't think Motley's had a kick yet. Now, his form this year has been outstanding, but at this stage they don't need him. They're going straight down to the goal mouth.
Straight over the top, Peter. They're getting the ball out of the centre brilliantly and dispatching it in similar fashion, and it's killing Port Adelaide at the moment. They've thrown Kennedy onto the ball to see if he can stem the tide. Spiel up, Kennedy gets the thump away, but this is where they can't find a man who can get the ball out of the centre. On that occasion, Bradley got it over to Weaver towards the half-forward line. Here's a chance for Cunningham now. Fumbled, Faletic through. Zubrnik the opportunity. The running player is Craig. You'll need backup support. Brendan Howard back in the back pocket. Sturt supremely confident, well balanced. Motley up. Brings down the ball, but it's not a mark. Try to get it out to Zubrnik. Centre wing. Ebert. Nowhere to go. Sleight of hand back to Kinnear. Craig, Barbary, Motley. It was Painter to Motley. They go forward up towards full forward. Davies again. Can't bring this one down. I think he's going to get a free kick. Tony Giles wants holding the ball. All the Port Adelaide players do, but umpire Schofield has a different idea of the whole act. Davies pushed in the back, 15 metres out, 45-degree angle, and Sturt a chance to kick their 8th goal. Well, we haven't played 15 minutes. What's the record number of goals for a quarter?
I think it's 15 or 16, Ian, one of the two.
They're on target. Davies. That's his 4th. Oh, aren't the crowd loving it out here in the Unley stand? Davies 4 goals. Sturt 8-1, an unbelievable start. Port Adelaide a point.
At the 15-minute mark, Sturt have got 8. The ball came in then from Painter. It was beautifully run down in front of the grandstand. Davies made very good position. You can make your own mind up from the replay, whether you think it was a push in the back or play on or whatever. Nevertheless, he got the free kick, kicked his 4th. That's 62 for the season for the giant full forward. Sturt doing very well at the moment here at Unley Oval.
Kennedy against Spiel. Now Port Adelaide have just got to get out of the centre circle. This time it's Huppert who takes them away to the half-forward line. A really chance for a score. Getting back, Tim Pake's got too much pace for Feletic. Gets it around the corner. Overrunning it was Whittlesey. Pake again close to the line. Feletic the tackler, and the ball is out of play, half-forward right flank. Port Adelaide in attack and desperately needing a goal.
First occasion these sides met at Football Park earlier in the year. Sturt were well on top of Port Adelaide midway through the second. The Magpies rallied. I don't know if they can do it today. That's a very big lead. Derrington got the kick away. Painter the crumbs. He kicks it forward. Hughes. Read that better than Motley. Hughes is asked to go back for his kick. He should find Giles. Giles has made a space. Not Giles, Cole. Brenton Cole. First kick Cole. Port Adelaide's best player last week, probably. Spiel up high, punches it towards Port's goal, actually, but it's gone out. It'll be a ball in. It's 8-1, Sturt. Port Adelaide a point. I wonder what's going through Russell Ebert's mind as he runs in behind Dexter Kennedy. Feletic, not sure which way to go. He left foots one forward. Doesn't get the lucky bounce. He gets a point instead. 2 points, Port Adelaide. The Blues are 8-1.
Yes, the Port Adelaide attacking division of shambles at the moment. Gee, that's a great kick in towards Eddie Fry. In front was Paul Pleasure, has been paid the mark. In the pocket is Clifford, but Paul Pleasure can't find the football. It's going short to Kennedy. Big Dexter had to get round Spiel, forced to play on out in front of Huppert's. Oh, he's going to get mown down there at the back of the pack. It was thumped away by the big Sturt player in Gary Ford. They're running the ball brilliantly. Wilson to Derrington. The Blues into attack to Motley. Half-forward line. Beautifully done. Plays on quickly. Out in front of Davies. So easy. Port Adelaide can't find the footing. Sturt moving it brilliantly. Davies already 4. 30 metres out, right in front. And he's going to take his time. Has not missed from his 4 tries. Kick number 5 coming up. It's a great spectacle, but gee, they're knocking it round. It is a contest. There it is. Goal number 5. Gee, what can you say? Sturt 9-1. Port Adelaide 2 points.
Again, the speed with which Sturt came down the ground. The kick to Motley was spot on. Motley knew what to do. Just turn around and put it into an open space because Davies will get it. It's exactly what happened. The big chap didn't let Sturt down. Your mind starts to think, Ian, how many will Davies kick today? He's definitely going to kick 10, isn't he?
He's got to kick 10, Peter. Just wondering how long before they'll make a move and at least put Danny Hughes down there, because Motley, apart from that sort, he hasn't been in the game because the ball's going over his head. Maybe Hughes will be given a try. Halbert would have to be happy at the moment. Cunningham off the side of his boot. Pake's going to beat Feletic out there. Look at the pace of the Sturt fellow goes. He gets it out towards Bradley, however. Port Adelaide a chance to go into attack. Bradley sorts it out. Poor Pleasure. That's better, Port Adelaide. And they've got a chance to score their first major.
Ian, I noticed that Harvey's gone to centre-half back on Motley and Hughes has gone into the back pocket, but that would seem to be to try and stop Davies' marking power, but Davies at the moment is leading as well.
Poor Pleasure, oh, he slipped at the critical moment. I think he's kicked a goal, though. Well, Port Adelaide have taken 19.5 minutes to get their first major on the ball board, and it's met with almost a stony silence. 1-2 the Magpies, 9-1 Sturt.
It was left to Port Adelaide's best player in Bradley to run the ball forward. He picked out Paul Pleasure at centre-half forward, and Paul Pleasure kicked the goal. 1-2 Port Adelaide, 9-1 the Blues.
Kennedy and Spiel. Spiel the leaper, straight to Russell Ebert. Bomber Clifford gets a bad bounce. Fletic doesn't. Kick too quickly. Had a chance to get it over to Hupperts. Getting back on it is Ford for Sturt. An awkward bounce. Andrew Downs allows Ford to take it. Hupperts there looking for it. It's gone over the fence, Ray. And the ball is out of play in the full forward right pocket.
Took a magnificent mark last week, Ray Hupperts.
Never forget that one, Pete.
No, that'll go down in history, that mark. Caught beautifully by our cameras. Fine tap over the top. Fletic picks up. Wobbles one forward. Brendan Howard gobbles it up, then misses it. Ford for the Blues. Howard. They're playing well all over the ground. Howard a little bit indecisive, but he's let to do it too easily. Ebert in front of Painter. Dexter Kennedy couldn't mark it. Out it comes to Eckerman. G's a long way down. Bradley on a lead. Well done. If any player can get Port Adelaide moving, it's Bradley. Gee, that was very loose. Ray Hupperts drifted into an open space. It certainly wasn't Frank Spill's man. It was Brendan Howard's. Ray Hupperts must kick this. Port Adelaide have got to convert every chance they have. Through it goes for Ray Hupperts first. Port Adelaide 2-2 to the Blues 9-1.
The Magpies getting something to cheer about now. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes, but gee, they certainly needed them after Sturt's explosive start. Once again, it was a pass that went to Bradley from Eckerman up out of defence. Good pass. Bradley thought about it first, but then Andrew Downs had to make up his mind to go forward and back. He went back, and the next one to get the ball was Hupperts.
Back to the centre, Dexter Kennedy, Frank Spiel. Big Dexter got his hands to it. Bradley, Port Adelaide. Gee, they're playing better now. Oh, Evans from behind. Downs, big leap. Evans is caught, holding the ball. The umpire didn't think much about that one. Pake. Barbary. Sturt's disposal is far better than Port Adelaide's. Fry on the run. Oh, he's kicked it a mile. Motley out in front of Harvey. Harvey did it well. Filkey. Craig wanted it, but they're kicking it to Davies every time. The big chap goes up far too early. Motley missed it. Players stack up and the umpire will bounce. Probably 35 metres from the Sturt goal. The Blues are 9-1, Port Adelaide 2-2.
Port Adelaide starting to claw their way into the game, but gee, it's still a massive 41 points down. Davies going for this ruck, just looking around to see who he can hook it back to. He's got Barbary in his sights. No, put it out into the open spaces, looking for a running player. Giles got it out. Hughes got it further. Zubranic holding the ball, ducked his head. He's going to lose his jumper. Interesting little tussle. Bradley and Zubranic, and that's 15 metres. Out wider, Kennedy, the running player. Port Adelaide into attack with a long one. Evans getting underneath the ball. He's got it, but he can't bring it down. Eddie Fry, short. Zubranic, centre field. Motley wants it, so does Davies, going towards the big fellow up over the top. It was Motley, but gee, he was almost spoiled by his own man in Hollis. But finally, Motley in front took the mark, in front of John Harvey, and with Hollis coming in against him as well. Kick number 4 to Peter Motley. It's 45 metres out. Drop punt underway off the side of his boot. That's going to be lucky to score. It won't score. Second time he's kicked out of bounds on the full. Not one of his better efforts as the ball goes the outer side. Brenton Cole.
Hughes to Cole. Russell Ebert gives him something to aim at, but gee, he's going to be outpaced by Michael Graham. Graham does it pretty easily. Back to Painter with a handball. Painter looking for Davies. Well, they're swamping the big fella now. Kennedy got back very quickly. Hughes, Eckerman. Have a look. Russell Ebert seemed to be interfered with, but the umpire let it go. Painter plays it on. Up goes Motley. Great mark, Motley. Certainly a specialist aerialist is Motley. I don't think I've ever seen a player of his age mark so convincingly in a pack or out in front. A better kick for goal, but if he got a point, I guess that's one better than out on the full. Next time Peter Motley has a kick, he might score a major. 9-3 the Blues, Port Adelaide 2-2.
Port Adelaide runners out on the ground. Just what Russell intends to do is problematical. got plenty of problems. Cunningham leads into the pocket. Giles short. His second kick to Bucky, playing his 250th game. High one towards centre wing. Fry up. With him, however, was Motley, a contested mark. He's paying Eddie Fry. Half forward right flank. Davies, a one-out situation in the goal square. But now they pour back on top of him. Fry goes for length towards Davies. Hughes is going to be there. Dutch in front. Hughes behind. Thumped away by Davies. Motley in the pocket. Snaps away in towards goal. But he's just offline and nudges another point.
Sturt crowd are loving the proceedings so far. But never underestimate a Port Adelaide side. They've already lifted late in this quarter. They'll need to lift more though. Kennedy and Spiel. Kennedy appeared to take the mark, then gave it away. Graham on the run. Through it goes. First to Graham, 10 to Sturt. 10-3 now to Port Adelaide 2-2.
Dexter Kennedy should have swallowed that mark. Very little pressure put on him. Didn't judge it all that well as it came in low to his vision. But he dropped a sitter. Thumped away from him. Michael Graham said thank you and bolted for goal. Sturt have got 10, Port have got 2.
We're past full time at Unley. It's been a fine quarter of football if you're a Blues supporter. Kennedy beaten by Spiel. Russell Ebert clears it away, but only towards Eddie Fry. Zubranik is short for Eddie Fry. I think he must have been aiming for someone in the crowd there. Paul Pleasure. Bradley. Clifford can't get into the game. Painter gets clean bowled. Kinnear to Paul Pleasure. Barbary playing it well. Caught now. Some untidy stuff in front of the coach's box. The umpire will bounce it.
Half forward left flank. Been a long quarter for Port Adelaide. They've watched 10 goals sail through to the Blues. I would think probably 3 or 4 minutes left. Poor Pleasure smothered by Spiel's head, I think. Poor Pleasure goes in again. Eddie Fry. Spiel over the top. Whips out a handball. Bad bounce for Michael Graham. Zubranik gets it to Ray Wilson in turn. A chance. Filkey over the half forward line. Davies on the lead. Oh, what superb football. How do you cut them off? Just as well he didn't miss it. Would have beheaded him. A brilliant take right in front of his face. And Davies has got it 30 metres out. What a lace-out pass. Who said Big Rick was slow? That's 6. What can you say? 6 kicks, 6 goals, Sturt 11-3, Port Adelaide 2-2.
Sturt's run through the centre. Filkey. He had to make his mind up, actually, Filkey, because he probably could have made the distance. Saw Davies on a lead and put it right where the big chap wanted it. 6 to Davies. Well, 4 6s make 24. I don't think he can kick 24, but he's certainly going to kick a lot today.
Kennedy in trouble with the sun. More troubles in the sun. Spiel gets above him again. Ebert uncertain. Wilson not around the corner. Out of side Hollis. Hughes comes out with the ball. Juggled mark. Is allowed to play on. Ebert. Cunningham. Thought about playing the ball to Curtis. Hardly been sighted. Filkey's going to run him down. First kick towards the half forward line and not a good kick. Eddie Fry has all the time in the world. Gee, that was not a good handball back to his teammate. Filkey through, left the football. Barbary to Fry is better. Sturt go forward.
Motley's in front of Harvey. Neither player can mark. Back it goes to Craig. Gee, they had a chance then. Sturt shuffled out by Eckerman. Ebert to Giles. He's run into trouble though. Gets rid of it like a hot potato. Curtis out to Paul Pleasure. Filkey tries to find Painter and misses him. Painter plays it well though. He's got Pate running, but he puts it back to Spiel. Filkey again. Not a good kick. Smothered by Dexter Kennedy. Darrington forward. Zubranik. Oh, he's got players galore. Motley, an instinctive kick. Just offline. Sturt on fire. 11-4, Port Adelaide 2-2.
5 of Motley's kicks have been potential scoring shots, Peter, and he's got 3 points. Wilson, Cole getting bathed over there like most of his counterparts. Curtis to the open spaces out there. Folletic, no one to help him. Ford, Folletic gets it off him well. He's retarded, got to get the free kick. Close to quarter time here at Unley Oval. Evans on the lead now, out in front of that player. The big fellow's bustled, but he's got it. That's more like Tim Evans. Andrew Downs went with him all the way, but couldn't get the big fellow off his track. And Tim Evans gets kick number 1. 40 metres out in front. Port Adelaide need a goal. Coming back. I think he's got that one through. Tim Evans' first goal. And what a miserable scoreboard if you're a Port Adelaide supporter. 11-4, plays 3-2.
15 scoring shots to 5. Folletic was definitely retarded on that occasion. Evans led a long way out, as he's had to do. Folletic found him and the big chap scored. 11-4 Sturt, Port Adelaide 3-2.
Kennedy and Spiel. Crowd strangely silent, really. I suppose they're absolutely staggered at the way Sturt have started this one. Bradley out wider still. Brenton Cole, better football, Port Adelaide, as the wingster goes into attack. A high one up towards full forward, setting himself. Evans again! That's a typical Tim Evans grab, holding position with a strong body. We've seen him at his 2 best fashions of football, on that lead like a bullet, or standing his ground well and taking a strong overhead mark. 20 metres out. Second goal. Port Adelaide are making a bid. Played 7 minutes of time on, and they've kicked their 4th goal.
Yes, the power of Tim Evans was very evident on that occasion. Port Adelaide certainly were in no man's land without him. He's back on the side now and giving them something to aim at. Sturt's half-back line has played very, very well in this first quarter. They've got a lot of rebound from it, particularly Eddie Fry and Pake, the way that they've run the ball out. And Sturt has certainly got some speedsters, not only in terms of fast running, but the way they move the ball very quickly. And Rick Davies is gobbling everything up when it gets there.
Kennedy and Spiel. Line ball. Cunningham can't get out. Likewise, Painter. Through went Derrington. Spiel. Bradley. Clifford. Filkey. Beautifully done. Painter over to Derrington. They go forward again. But in the road is Danny Hughes.
Plays it on to Giles. Giles made the mistake. Oh, taken off him by Filkey. Filkey lines them up. Ooh, just offline. Mistake by Giles then. Set up on by Filkey, and Filkey's played pretty well this quarter. Sturt 11-5, Porter 4-2. Out it goes. Kennedy couldn't take the mark. Here's Craig. Don't tell me Sturt are going to get another one. Craig's kick is way offline. Gee. It's only his 2nd kick. Perhaps he's had 5 kicks. It's the 2nd time he's kicked out of on the full too. Motley and Craig have kicked out on the four times between them in, and yet Sturt have still kicked 11-5.
Incredible barraging of the woodwork. Harvey, fine mark. Gee, didn't his young brother play well in the reserves too? Remember that name? Young David Harvey, brother of John. Folletic. Bradley close to the line, did it well. But there's the siren to end a magnificent first quarter for Sturt. Getting a standing ovation from the big crowd here at Unley Oval. 11-5, 71. Lead Port Adelaide 4-2, 26.
Port Adelaide trailing by 45 points here at Unley Oval. A magnificent start by the Blues. Dexter Kennedy beaten by Spiel. In comes Cole. Port Adelaide go forward. Cunningham at centre half forward. Gets it out. Oh, misses Paul Pleasure with it. Anderson's got it now. Puts Huppets in trouble. He's outnumbered. Down he goes. Anderson over the top. Kinnear. Huppets. Oh, he had Bradley. Didn't want him. Then goes Goldwood, and he's offline. Port Adelaide can ill afford that. They must score goals. 4-3 the Magpies. The Blues are 11-5.
Might have handballed, Peter. Andrew Downs. A nice looking kick back towards Spiel. Kennedy at the back tries to spoil. not within QE. Spill runs it out wide. Whittlesey coming back after an injury, drives towards centre half forward where Graham couldn't take the ball. Filkey appeared to drop it. The umpire said play on. He's still under pressure there. Derrington, Painter, Spiel. They edge it forward. A good mark by Hollis. Hollis, who played centre last week, appears to be playing in a pocket and has got the ball 45 metres out. Should make the distance okay. It's a heaving kick. He's got it. Paul Hollis' first goal. He's got into the act with 6 of his teammates. 12-5. The Blues, 4-3 Port Adelaide.
It's an exhibition here at Unley so far. Filkey was given plenty of opportunity by the umpire on that occasion. Finally came out. Painter gave it to Spiel, then Hollis took the mark and kicked a fine goal. 12-5 the Blues, the Magpies 4-3.
Centre bounce, Spiel and Kennedy. Surprisingly, Port Adelaide took the ball out of the centre more than Sturt did in that first quarter. But it's the brilliance of the half-back line for the Blues. Motley, great play. Derrington. Graham thought about it. He'd got to be gone for holding the ball. I don't know why he changed his mind, whether or not Motley was running into a dead end, but he changed his mind and got pink for holding the ball. Giles, a long kick towards centre wing. Forward, a good mark.
Yes, this Sturt back line has played well. Forward out to Pake. Pake will hit Davies with this. Davies from behind. The big fella just about interfered with Dutch. The goal umpire's gone. It was touched on the run through. It's a point. I think Dutch was a bit unlucky then, Ian.
Yes, Peter. Davies was all over him like a rash. You see the umpire try to shirt front the goalpost. Brendan Cole, good mark in front. Oh, that wasn't good football to play on from that position. Never on. Forward in the action again. Anderson takes the ball away. Short, centre field. Ebert thought about Ackerman. He wants to run the ball, but he can't find anybody. Bradley, good pass. Bradley, in turn, looking for someone to run it. Port not running it all well. 6 kick to Bradley. I think they've bewildered it. Sturt's great start in that first quarter. Evans up, back of the pack. Just as Pake was about to take it away cleanly, Fry came across his path and thumped it out of play. Throw in full forward left pocket.
Too many running players. Sturt had 3 men on the ground there waiting for the ball to come down. Port had no one. A flick back. Here's Zubranik. Shrugs the tackle very easily. Whittlesey. Spiel back to Whittlesey. Huppets went down. Bradley again. Bradley and Ebert are trying hard for Port Adelaide to get them running. Clifford can't get into the game. Wilson ran past him. Wide to Derrington on his own. Kinnear came in very late. 6 kicks Derrington. Searching for Motley. Harvey pushed him in the back. Cleverly done by Motley. He leant on Harvey and got the free kick. Painter wants to play it on. Painter will hit the square. Davies one out. Tries to get front spot. Can't. Dutch playing the ball in front of him. Over the line. A ball in as we approach the 5-minute mark. Sturt is 12-6. Port 4-3.
Davies, 6 goals in the first quarter. Ackerman, oh, too fast. Hollis. But he socketed it through his own line, or was it out of play? Out of play, full forward left pocket. Davies and Kennedy. Forward pocket. Davies tried to hook it back. Giles went for the thump. Kennedy throws it out in front of Ackerman, who got a bad bounce. Hollis gets it over to Wilson, jams it onto his boot quickly. Goal number 13. Second goal, Wilson. That's how easy it is. 13-6, plays 4-3.
That's just another example of what's happening here at Unley today. Port Adelaide defenders flat-footed. Kennedy gave them the chance. Sure, there was a bad bounce, but Port Adelaide didn't have any running players to make amends. Wilson picked up, scored with his second. Very easy goal. 13-6 the Blues. Port 4-3.
Spiel against Kennedy. Spiel's tap away came to Ebert. Taken off him by Cunningham. He couldn't get that one clear. Zubranik up against Kinnear. Painter left it behind. Cunningham's handball wasn't that good. Tried to set it up again. Against the tide go Port Adelaide. Wilson gets it over now. Craig sends a long one in towards Davies, pushing and shoving. One hand up, Hughes getting back desperately. Hollis there with him, claims that player and takes the ball across the line for a throw-in.
Well, Dutch must be breathing sighs of relief at the moment. Played 6 minutes of the second quarter, and Rick hasn't got a goal yet this quarter. Davies behind Kennedy. Kennedy, Curtis, Cunningham. Anderson and Ford. Oh, Ford did it well. Played well so far, Ford. All Sturt players have. Davies from behind. Can't get a leap at it. Appeared to interfere with Dutch again. Kennedy. Filkey. Gee, Kennedy should have carried that over. Oh, danger. Coming off Clifford. We don't know the situation with Clifford, but he may not be well. He certainly doesn't look it. Sturt goal. Davies again. No. Back it comes to Kennedy. Big Dexter. Spiel. Leap. Couldn't mark. Or Spiel tapped it on well. Eckerman like a Sherman tank. For Pleasure. Handballed it to the opposition. It was meant for Ebert. Graham will kick one. That's his second. How easy it is. 14-6 the Blues. Port Adelaide 4-3.
Gee, what a ghastly error. I don't think Painter could believe his luck when the Port Adelaide defending player just handballed straight into his lap. Such is the mess of the Port Adelaide defensive system. And Michael Graham out on his lonesome, got it across there, looking very healthy indeed. Only his second kick for 2 goals, 14-6 to Port's 4-3.
What can Port Adelaide do? They're trailing by 10-3. Spiel again, Ebert, Anderson. Anderson may be on a wing for Port Adelaide. Thaletic, Whittlesey. He played that well. Back into attack. Hughes, Curtis. Kinnear, oh, poor Pleasure tried to get rid of it, couldn't. Back it comes to Spiel. Painter, Barbary. Big Rick wants it. He's got a chance this time. Dutch is all over him. Davies will get a free kick. I feel sorry for Dutch because Rick Davies' experience on that occasion, he leant right back into him, causing the interference. Davies coming up for his 7th kick. And he has 6 goals. Certainly kicking a lot better now than he was at the beginning of the year. Through it goes. Goal number 7, Rick Davies, a 100% conversion rate from 7 kicks.
Yes, too strong for Dutch then. Although he got the free kick, there's not much Dutch can do. The ball's coming in with such monotonous regularity. Davies has only got to hang about and he must get kicks. Too good at playing not to. Gee, the runner's been out to Russell Ebert several times trying to work out a plan of defence, but I can't see any moves that they're making, although the runner's gone into the attacking division. Whether they're going to run a loose man in defence, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, Port have problems. 15-6 to 4-3, Sturt kicking a cricket score.
Yes, I don't think Port can win this game, and not many games that you can say that about. 10 minutes into the second quarter. Will I have to eat my words? I don't know. Gary Ford caught. Lucky not to get a decision, Port Adelaide. Fry. He missed Wilson. Brenton Cole. Long. Evans one out against Downs. The big chap's got it. This is Port's only chance, is to get it down there quickly and hope like anything that Evans can kick perhaps as many as Davies is going to. And Evans is certainly capable. He's got 2 goals in the first quarter. This is his 3rd kick. Shouldn't miss. And he doesn't. 3 kicks, 3 goals. 5-3 Port Adelaide. Sturt 15-6.
Peter, Port Adelaide have taken off Ray Huppert. Now, I would have thought they needed all the running players that they've got, but Ben Harris has come back onto the ground. Now, obviously, Cunningham is going to rove with Paul Belton, I would think. Where's Harris going? He's going to centre half forward. Where's Filletic?
Filletic forward pocket.
Forward pocket. Yes, Port Adelaide have got a few problems. Out goes the runner again. Bucky Cunningham playing his 250th, and it's not a very happy one at the moment.
And Port is running a man in defence already in. A loose man. Kennedy, Harris. Here's a chance. Evans again on Downs. Came from behind. Gee, almost took it, Evans. Filletic being held onto. The umpire plays it on. Milan not too happy about the attention. Still having a chat to the umpire, but it'll be a bounce. Sturt have stacked their players up in defence. Belton, Filletic. Gee, he hooked that back extremely well, Filletic. It's gone too far, though. Downs couldn't take the mark, and there'll be a ball in. Davies 7 kicks, 7 goals. Evans 3 kicks, 3 goals in. That's pretty good sharp shooting from the full forwards.
Certainly, Peter. Fry gets clean bowled. Pate's going to concede a point. Getting a bit generous. 5-4 Port Adelaide, 15-6 Sturt. Great exhibition, as Peter said, but gee, as a contest, Sturt have made a mess of it. Steele in front. Littlesey might have. Craig Bradley pops it in the air, getting back on it forward. Good mark. Former Broken Hill boy from inside the back line. Centre wing, Kennedy. Better mark. Kennedy almost up to centre wing when he puts the Magpies into attack towards the half forward line. Filletic, Eddie Fry up, so too was Pake. Harris wins out a wide one. Brenton Cole a chance. He's got to get round forward. The kicker's coming back, going in there to meet it well as Andrew Downs, and he takes the easy defensive mark.
Evans couldn't get front spot then. Downs pretty quick. Not a bad fullback, actually, Downs. Bradley from behind. Couldn't take it. Wilson went down. The crowd wanted a free kick to Wilson then. Even if it was a free kick, I don't think it would have been paid because umpire Bob Schofield was unsighted. Spieler's doing very well. Belton smothered. Forward. Past Anderson. Graham. Caught. For Pleasure. Barbara. Back to Graham. On to Wilson. The ball just missed him, but Wilson gave it to Filkey. Sturt run it beautifully forward. Whittlesey from the back pocket. Can he kick one? No, that's floating off line for a point. The crowd wanted it. Sturt 15-7, Port Adelaide 5-4.
Gee, Peter, it started to come back and then veered away again. Belton unloaded as he kicks the ball long to Kennedy. Check side of centre wing. Big Dexter starting to get his hands on a few now. Drives towards Harris and Filletic. Oh, Eddie Fry takes it off both of them. Indecisive Port Adelaide. Graham to Fry's good football. Caught on the left leg up towards Davies. Davies in front. Gets up there. Can't bring it down. The umpire said play on. Motley in trouble. Playing a stack up. And the umpire will come in and bounce in the full forward left pocket. Port Adelaide working 2 in defence against Davies now. Hughes and Anthony Dutch. The bodies go in. Davies, a clever cat down, looking there for Barbary, smothered off the boot. Hughes swings out a long handball. Russell even. Oh, Filletic almost got the bad bounce. Harvey, further still. Shocking bounce to Giles. Port have overdone it now. Mainly the handball wasn't that good. Zubernick, Motley, but that was ruled a throw. And the free kick will go to Tony Giles right on the defensive point of the square.
Interesting interpretation that for the throw. Bradley and Painter. Painter pushes it away. Bradley's got to beat 3 or 2 Sturt players. Gets a free kick for pushing the back. Zubernick gives it up. Ebert's on his own in the centre. Kick number 8, Bradley. Oh, not a good kick. Doesn't give Evans any chance at all. Waiting down Howard. Can't pick it up. Gets around Kinnear as though he wasn't there. Puts it back towards Zubernick. Well, Pleasure was in front, couldn't mark the ball. Zubernick goes down and umpire Schofield will ball it up. 15-7 the Blues. The Magpies are 5-4.
Bounce down on the half forward left flank. Kennedy and Spiel. No, it's Harris on this occasion. Cunningham around the corner towards Anderson in front. Tries to knock it on. Fry kicks it on. Belton well done. Gives a chance to Cole now. Wilson can't catch him. Chips out the pass or at the last moment. Brilliantly intercepted by Ford. Wilson did catch him in the end as Cole couldn't get the ball away to advantage. Pake checks side of centre wing. Kicks long towards the half-forward line. Hollis there over the top. Hughes. The back Harvey. The handball out is not good. Hollis to Derrington is better football. Swings out the pass back to Hollis. Hughes there. Thumps it away from that player. Eckerman and Kennedy. Eckerman again. Giles. Centre half back. Who takes his time. He's going to get run down. Port Adelaide so indecisive, most unlike them. Bucky gets trodden on. They're using him as a doormat, and umpire Schofield will come in and bounce.
Port Adelaide, I think, have lifted a bit in their defensive work, but they haven't lifted it in attack. I think that's their main problem. They've got to be able to score goals as well as stop the Blues kicking them. Bucky Cunningham, or not a good kick to Evans. Downs in front. As Tim Evans ran out on the lead, then he had to try and drop back. Downs beat him for it. Zubranic in front of Kinnear. Kinnear not playing well. Bradley is. He's a good player, Bradley. Whittlesey in front. He's also a good player. Looked like he was going to take over centre for Sturt, Whittlesey. But I think the Blues have worked that out. We've got a few players that can play there. Next to Kennedy again, misses the spoil. Spiel gives it on to Painter. Painter will kick long. Hughes is in front of Motley and marks easily. Plays it on. That's good work, Hughes. Boy, Eckerman in trouble. Motley gave it to Derrington. Down goes Derrington. And gets one for a push in the back. Perhaps a bit lucky. Derrington's having probably his best year. Spiel off. Hargraves on. Davies and Dutch. Dutch one hand, no mark. Cunningham pirouettes. Giles has got it. Short to Kennedy. Oh, poor Pleasure now. Short to Bradley. A few open spaces now. Port Adelaide are finding them. A long kick. Evans in front. Couldn't mark it. Waiting down Feletic. Pushed away by Fry. Feletic another chance. Gets out of it. I don't know how. Lines it up. Oh, a great shot for goal, Feletic. First goal to him. Port Adelaide 6-4, the Blues 15-7.
Experience plus Feletic. He tapped the ball down there and he looked like he was almost going to tunnel ball it back again, but miraculously he came out with the ball, and although he was under pressure, his VFL training came in, jammed onto the ball, his boot onto the ball quickly and hooked it back. Magnificent goal, and gee, Port Adelaide need a spark from somewhere. Maybe that was it.
Hargraves and Kennedy. Big Dexter got his hands to that one. He missed Bradley. Craig, Filkey. Running through is poor Pleasure. Given that plenty. Well, if they did need a lift, they've certainly got it now. 2 to poor Pleasure. 7-4 Port Adelaide. The Blues 15-7.
Well, that was more like Port Adelaide taking the ball confidently away from centre. The handball from Cunningham was good to poor Pleasure, and he strode towards goal. He but gave the lead short, but the ball sailed over his head by some 15 metres and through for a much-needed 7th goal.
Well, our statistician Chris Day tells us that Port Adelaide is dominating in terms of taking it out of the middle. Not doing much with it though when they get it out. Ford came through and got the free kick. Screws one forward. Motley's in front of Harvey. 2 grabs. The umpire's got his hand up to his head. I think he may have paid that one for a high one. Umpire Schofield puts Cole out of the way. Davies on a lead. Motley's seen him. Davies not quite. Got it on the half volley. Dutch couldn't pick it up. Dutch probably lost all confidence because of what's happened. Motley missed Davies. Filkey. Sturt are not as smooth now as they were. Cunningham out. A ball in. 20-minute mark. 15-7 the Blues. Port Adelaide 7-4.
Yes, I think Port Adelaide was shattered by the first 15 minutes of the Blues. Incredible football. have not seen better. Hughes, Hargraves, hooks the ball back. Barbary, Curtis high, Cole, wobbles the kick towards centre. Lucky bounce for Lennox, looking for backup support, can't find it. Cole runs into it, never should have been given the ball in the first place. Wilson, back to Pake. The running player is Ford. Filkey, around Cunningham, can't get clear. Holding the ball, said the umpire. And Bucky Cunningham takes his free kick from the half-back flank. Anderson wants it in high. It's going to be Harris, a leaper. Anderson at the back, kicks it back to Wilson, almost to Cole. Kennedy ought to mark this one and does. Kennedy just the check side of centre wing, looking for a running player. Port haven't got too many this afternoon. Bradley's been one of the few. Zubranic nips in, shows a lot of speed and takes the ball check side of the centre circle. Barbary, Painter. Here go the Blues again. Davies on the lead, right with him. Dutch, but a shrug of the shoulders by Davies. Easy if you like. Gets rid of the less experienced opponent and takes the mark 35, 40 metres out. Anthony Dutch having a torrid time, but he's sticking to his task manfully. Bradley in trouble behind the play. Runners and trainers out with him. But the Sturt camp right on number 24. Going to fade right across the goal by the looks of the things. He's getting a nickname out here of Dick Ravies rather than Rick Davies. But whatever else he is, he's done magnificently with 7 goals.
Hughes to Dutch. The runner is Porplecia. Cole wants it. Well, he could have had it too. Harris on the rebound. Short Ebert. Can't get there. It was a floater. Ebert was pushed into the ground. Out comes Downs. Evans is back in the square, 50 metres away. Barbary. Fry, Painter. Painter will find Davies again. Beautifully put. Oh, what a fine kick. I must say I do now feel sorry for Anthony Dutch, because that ball, or the last 2 balls, have been put beautifully to Davies.
Peter, I reckon the second was an action replay of the first. Same player on the lead, same spot, same everything. I wonder whether Davies will miss to the right of the post.
He'll certainly push this one to the left. Yes, Greenslade told him how to kick that one, I'm sure of it. Through it goes. 8 goals, Davies. In fact, he's had 9 kicks and kicked 8-1.
Well, I don't think anybody would know more about kicking goals than Malcolm Greenslade. How many did he kick? 300 odd, nearly 400 goals for Sturt. I can't remember those figures. Bruce McAvaney's pretty good of them,
well,
but he's down at
many more than
Farm.
that, I think, Ian.
Many more than that,
Yep.
was it? Well, maybe we'll get it from somewhere, Peter, but Malcolm Greenslade certainly a champion full forward. Maybe he went out and told Davies to aim for the left goal post because the ball is going to fade across. John Halbert, you wouldn't think he looked happy, would you?
I think he could go home if he wanted to. 16-8 the Blues. Porter 7-4. Painter again. He's done well out of the middle. Bad bounce at half-back. Derrington's the runner. If he picks it up, he'll kick a goal. No. Panicked. Ran past it. Michael Graham didn't. Back to Zubranic. Oh, the handball missed Barbary. Sturt making mistakes as well. Motley's bodywork was good then. He's going to stay at centre-half forward. An interesting move by the Blues. Painter to the centre. The job on Bradley. Bradley's done well, but so has Painter. Kennedy can't get boot to ball. Curtis. Eckerman. Ford's in front of Anderson. 2 grabs, couldn't take the mark. Hollis and Cole. Sturt have got more players up with the ball. Wilson has passed Hughes. Can he kick a goal? No, it's going to fade. Harris. Dutch. Happy to run through for the point. I don't blame him. We're at full time here at Unley in the second quarter. 16-9 the Blues. Port are 7-4.
Kick in by Dutch. Giles. Becoming just a little overcast, but magnificent conditions, a big crowd. Probably disappointed with the contest, but certainly not the style of play. Michael Graham cleverly, in comes Bradley. Tunnels it back to Curtis. Out wide of Belton, beautifully intercepted. Derrington slips out the handball. Craig half forward, right flank. Has to run around Bradley. Bradley did that one well, but snipping in beautifully there was Fry. On the run is Painter, 5 strides, heads towards goal. Got number 17 on the board. Gee, it's easy. His second goal. And what a beautiful running movement at goal.
2 to Painter. Well done by Bradley on Craig. He almost stopped him. Painter seems to have done a lot more than his 3 kicks suggest. He's got, 13 in fact. 13 kicks Painter, 2 goals, a fine performance. 17-9 the Blues, 7-4 Port.
Centre bounce. Peter Hargraves coming in almost parallel. Looks like Dutch is coming off. He has come off. Bradley sends the Magpies into attack up towards Whittlesea. Easy chest mark. It's Bomber Clifford back on the ground. Out wide, Brendan Howard. Eddie Fry. Too fast for Folletic. Hughes there with him as well. The ball is thumped away. Quickly now, Barbary runs into the open goal. Hits the woodwork. Gee, must have been close to that post in when he shot the ball away. Not very happy that he didn't get a free kick, but a point has been recorded to the Blues.
He tried to give it to Hollis actually, but Hollis was being guarded off by a Port Adelaide player. Hughes goes out short to Giles. Not that short actually, probably covered 45 metres. Eckerman's the runner. The handball was semi-smothered. Eckerman got one high then. He buckled out of a pack. Here's Zubranek. Painter rarely misses on the run. Through it goes for his 3rd. The Blues have now got 18-10 to the Magpies 7-4.
Yes, a superb handball. Gee, Painter, what a devastating game he's playing centre field. When he's not kicking goals himself, he's putting lace-out passes to Davies on the lead, and the big fellow's just gobbling them up. But who would have believed that at nearly half-time at Unley Oval, Sturt would be 18-10, normally a winning score on its own, and we've still got a half a footy game to go. Port Adelaide have kicked 7-4.
The difference is 12 goals. That is amazing. Kennedy, Craig, Painter. The siren has gone to end the agony for Port Adelaide. Agony for the Magpies, ecstasy for the Blues at half-time. 18-10 to 7-4.
As we start the second half here at Unley, 18-10 plays 7-4, and Russell Ebert's on the bench. Thought he grabbed at the hamstring there. That's probably been troubling him for the last couple of games, and I would think at this stage of the afternoon it's no point in making it any worse when they haven't got a great deal of chance of winning the game. Davies at the back of the pack. Barbary will be first to recover. Davies provides the shepherd. Barbary looking for backup support. Gets it to Michael Graham, who almost was caught by surprise, and finally he carted the ball over the line for a throw-in. Davies and Dexter Kennedy. Kennedy thumps it back into the boundary line again. Port Adelaide's defence made a mess of by Sturt in the first quarter when the Blues kicked 11-5, which is the highest score that Sturt has ever kicked in the first quarter against Port Adelaide. Eckerman to the outer side. Brenton Cole.
Cole in front of Wilson. Cole, a good player last week for Port Adelaide. Kick number 10. Well, Harvey didn't go in with that one. He ended up with Pake to Painter. Painter pushes it forward. Clifford's got the run of it, but can't pick it up. Then he throws it out to Folletic. Pake with plenty of pace. He ran that one from the other side of the ground, couldn't pick it up. Craig back to Ford. 2 Sturt handballs have missed. Spiel will put it back to Ford. He misses again. Ford eventually kicks it off the ground in frustration. Wilson to Painter. Painter to Filkey. Filkey will line this one up. It'll miss. The umpire galloped. 18-11 the Blues. Port Adelaide 7-4.
Yes, Port Adelaide led 11-5 to 4-2 at quarter time, a lead of 45 points, and they eked that out to 72 points. I think the first 20 minutes of that first quarter was as good a football as I've ever seen. Lightning handball, precision passing, and great play by Davies at full forward. He's got 8 at the moment. Craig through. Michael Graham had to go to meet it. Backed up by Zubranic, hooked around the corner, but he's under pressure. And that ball bounced through for a point. It looked certain to go out of bounds. Came back at left angle and registered a point. 18-13, plays 7-4.
Hughes kicking off. I felt that Harris had the job on Davies. Hughes kicking off. Kennedy couldn't take the mark. Belton concedes ground. Out of bounds. The umpire will throw it in. Kennedy and Spear. Fry caught. That must be holding the ball. It's the second good tackle I've seen from Cunningham so far today. Barbary will have to give it up pretty quick. 31 years of age, 250 games. Brian Cunningham, two Sturt players. Kennedy, a high ball. Huppets will come in. Two Sturt players again. The spoil found Pate, tripped, and it'll go back to Timmy Pate. Well, the umpire's going to play it on. Derrington, Davies and Harris. Davies recovers first. Over the top. Filkey. A kick on the run. Again, he misses. Filkey's missed a few shots. 2 goals, 3 he has, in fact, from 5 scoring shots. 18-13 Sturt. Port Adelaide 7-4.
Kick in towards Kennedy. Spiel tries to tap it to Derrington. Zubranic, the running player, is Craig. Puts it high. Not going to make the distance. In front, Hughes. Good defensive mark. 15 metres on. Rick having a ball out there. He got rid of Anthony Dutch just before half-time, but I certainly wouldn't blame Dutch for the 8 goals that Davies kicked. Some of the kicking from Painter was absolutely magnificent. No one could have cut them off. Giles, defensive corner of the square, goes towards the centre. Charge for Bradley. Clifford wants it. So does Cunningham. Heads for goal now. 45 metres out. He goes for home with a long one. That's going to be awfully close. There it is. Goal number 4. Close to the line. He might have shepherded through, but it doesn't matter who kicks them as long as you kick them, and Port Adelaide have got their 8th on the board.
Good movement out of the centre. Bradley, Clifford and Cunningham. Brian Cunningham had a chance to do perhaps one of 3 things. Go short with it, look for Evans, or kick a goal. I think he probably tried to kick the goal. Evans marked it and kicked it. 8-4 the Magpies. The Blues are 18-13.
Kennedy and Spiel. Spiel rucked for the first quarter and 17 minutes before he was given a spell by Hargraves. Huppets was taken off the ground during the second quarter, rather surprisingly, because he was playing well and didn't seem to be in any great deal of strain. Eckerman to Belton. Fletic wants it. It's going in longer. Evans back there with him. Downs. Evans up. Can't bring it down. Brendan Howard in defence. Hooks it back towards Whittlesea. Harvey over the top, or Kinnear it was. Huppets from Belton in towards full forward again. Downs and Evans. Play on is the call. Getting back in defence is Ray Wilson, as Sturt will come clear through their wing.
Short. Painter. Well spoiled by Clifford. Out it goes to Howard. Howard will find Motley. Sturt's kicking is near perfect. Motley to Craig. Davies is back with Harris at the moment. Davies will probably lead to the side. Yes, he has. Filkey in front. Nearly marked it. Well, Harvey got it out, but only as far as Hollis. Coming through Curtis. Filkey again. Finally Spiel. Wide to Motley. Motley missed it. Or did the ball miss Motley? Same result. Out in front of the scoreboard. Sturt are 18-13. Port are 8-4. 52 plays 121. In front, Kennedy. Curtis waited for it. Then lost it. Hollis lines them up. A short kick. Won't score. Harris can't get it before it goes out.
Trying to see who's playing centre. I think Bradley's at centre. He's been there most of the afternoon. Port Adelaide lined up with Ebert at centre, but I don't think he ever played there. Derrington, a flying shot offline, 1 point. But Gee, haven't they destroyed the game as a contest? Crowd of, it's got to be 14,000 people here, expecting a really tight, tense game. But Sturt mucked that up in the first 20 minutes. Superb performance. Have a look at the crowd. Strangely silent. We're in the Sturt stand, of course. When their heroes kick a goal, it certainly peps up a bit. Hughes, Kennedy in front, thumped away by Spiel. Eckermann can't crash his way through, and the umpire will come in and bounce.
Yeah, Clifford appears to be at centre at the moment. See, Bradley's at half forward. He may be running on the ball. He's coming down now to cover Painter when Clifford went forward. Kennedy, Derrington, or the handball away. Nearly found Barbary, but not quite.
Throw in, forward pocket. Clifford came over the top, back towards Derrington. Huppets has given away a free kick for a push in the back. Oof, don't think that was very nice, Ray. Derrington. Kick number 10. Davies on the lead. Harris is going to get there first. I don't know who was holding who. Curtis comes out with the ball. Ackerman back to Curtis in the double play. Off the half-back line comes Port Adelaide as they drive towards Fry. Fry up, can't get it down. Beautifully tapped away there, and Zubnik grabbed high by Huppets. Well, I think Huppets has lost his cool for the moment, just getting a little bit frustrated. And it's going to be Zubnik. Gets it over to Painter. Bombs it forward up towards Davey, pushing and shoving. He disposed of two Port Adelaide defenders with strength, got rid of both of them, and took the easiest mark you've ever seen in all your life. 25 metres out right in front. Davies has 8. The record for Sturt in a game against Port Adelaide is held by Beau Morton. He kicked 11. And what a champion footballer and sportsman he's been over the years, Beau Morton. Rick Davies, 25 metres out in front. It's his 10th kick. 8 goals. And his kicking for goal has been superb. He has not missed. Oof, that's awfully close, that one is. Number 9, 19-14, the Port 8-4.
2 Port players in front of Davies then. I think they may have tangled, they may have got their feet tangled. Hughes went down. Davies used his body a bit, but I think legally took an easy mark and kicked the goal. 9 goals, 1 Davies from 10 kicks. 19-14 the Blues, Port 8-4.
I remember he did miss one, Peter, down the other end. He faded it across the front of goal. Yes, 9-1, but what a performance. Painter, Harvey and Motley. Derrington couldn't get it. Another high tackle. I said holding the ball. Oh, do you think the Sturt camp like that? Ackerman Hughes towards centre wing. Whether umpire Foster thought that the Sturt player ducked his head and ducked into it, wouldn't taken any of the pain out of the blow. Zubnik towards the half-forward line. Motley up over the top almost. Port Adelaide through Giles. Goes centrewards. Bomber Clifford. Cole is out wide. Only the second kick to Clifford. Cole short to Folletic. That's a good pass. Into the pocket went Folletic. Pake couldn't get there in time. And the centre half forward for Port Adelaide has got the ball about 45 metres out. Evans gave a lead but then doubled back. Folletic should make the distance from there. Little or no breeze. Drop punt is going to be awfully close. Evans in there, can't quite get to it. And the ball actually cannons off the post for a point. 19-14 to 8-5.
We're 10 minutes into the third quarter, and the Sturt side has kicked 1 this quarter. Port have kicked 1 as well. It's a bit of a drought compared to what we've had. Painter, one of Sturt's best players. Craig, Wilson. Davies on the run. Gee, that was a good kick to Davies. Well done, Harris. Filkey to Hollis. Hollis is a goal kicker too. He lines them up. Offline. Sturt have missed a lot this quarter. It's 19-15. They kicked 1-5 this quarter in, and I guess that eventually something's got to go wrong, doesn't it?
Yes, Peter, after that first quarter performance, certainly they couldn't improve on it. But Port Adelaide, the predictable thing that Harris has got to do is thump away, and the Port Adelaide players are not getting in front to take the thump away at Sturt. That time it was Hollis who did it. What a lot of pressure on him. He was on his natural left leg. Kicked across the face of the goal. Harris has got the unenviable job on Davies at the moment. Davies seemed to get into the back of Kennedy as the ball was tapped towards the line. Harris and Filkey. And the ball is out of play, 30 metres around from the behind post. 19-15 to 8-5. Kennedy and Davies. Line ball, Filkey couldn't. Bradley, Port Adelaide's best player, hooks towards centre wing, but it's only Spiel there waiting his opportunity. Slips it across now to Painter. In turn, Fry. Fry, a magnificent kick. That's going to be close to a goal. Oh, touched right on the line. I think it was pushed off by Harris.
It was in, yep. Harris did it well, actually, and I like the way he's played fullback. He's gone in and he's had to take over from Dutch. I agree with Ian Day. Dutch couldn't do much about what was happening, but Harris is holding on to Davies when he can. He's bustling him. He's doing everything to stop him. Ray Wilson. The handball didn't quite get to Graham, but back to Barbary it went, and Sturt are offline this quarter. That's 19-17 now. That's 1-7 this quarter. We're at about the, 12.5-minute mark. They've had 8 shots and only 1 goal.
Hughes, he's kicking in magnificently as usual to the outer side. Up over the top was Anderson. Hasn't had many opportunities this afternoon. He's putting himself into the game now. Gives it a chance to Port Adelaide by booting high to the half-forward line. Harvey up over the top of Fry. Well taken, poor Pleasure. Port Adelaide into attack. One out with Evans. There with him down, stumps the ball away. Quickly now it's Folletic. Caught on the left leg, hooks around. Very close, hits the post. I don't think it is Port Adelaide's day. 8-6, the Magpies, 19-17 Sturt.
Gee, I don't know that Milan Folletic had to go onto the left boot. He could have picked it up and run straight into the goal. Downs kicks off very well. Kennedy knocks it away. Cole shrugs the tackle. Evans should get this one, although Huppets is there. Gee, there shouldn't be that sort of confrontation between a rover and a full forward. Downs for Sturt Adelaide, for Sturt, clears. Curtis doing well. Down he goes. Kennedy around the body. Didn't look. Howard easily. 36 scoring shots to 14 at the moment. 20 more scoring shots Sturt have had. Well, Bradley gave away a free kick. Not happy with it, strangely enough. I don't know why. Spiel. Motley and Harvey. Hughes. Curtis. Cole. Cole's getting some touches against Wilson now. Hollis. Caught. Craig caught. Barbary. Eckerman pushes away. Clifford. Big Rico almost got him. Amazing. Put enough pressure on though. Fry took the mark. Howard's kick is high wide, but not very handsome. Michael Graham marked it pretty well. Eckerman should have taken the mark, didn't. Hollis will put it over to Derrington. Not well done though. Clifford to Hughes. Hughes didn't really have anyone to kick it to, so he kicked it to Fry.
Fry has got a 15-metre penalty. Kick number 10 coming up, Eddie Fry from centre wing. Goes towards Motley, although Davies is going to get into the act. Motley up over the top. Davies tried to hook it back. No Sturt player home. Well played, Derrington. Motley back towards the square. Filkey, Curtis. Curtis, the first to recover, is going to have to get rid of that in a hurry. Giles can't get it out. Harris. Clifford. Cole. Bradley will be. Cole was there as well. He run down in tandem support down the outer side. Bradley takes off. Evans gives the lead. Downs in front of him. One out. Howard up. Evans looking for support. Can't get it. Snaps around the corner. Huppets. Well, not as spectacular as he did last week with that little mark. I don't think he'll ever be able to repeat it. Who will ever forget it? But Huppets is 10 metres out, right in front. Strangely enough, kick number 5. It's his second goal. Port Adelaide 9-6, putting some respectability into the score. Sturt 19-17, but the Blues have frittered away opportunities in this quarter with poor kicking for goal.
Full marks to Tim Evans then. He had a fair bit of work to do against two Sturt defenders. He held them out, then he took possession and put a nice kick over to Ray Hupperts for the goal. Russell Liebert having a chat. Obviously got plenty to talk about. I don't know that there's much that he can do in terms of winning this game, but he can certainly make the defeat hurt just a little bit less if Port can get some more goals on the board.
Centre bounce. Spiel up again. Clifford can't get it. Cole smothered off the boot brilliantly. Clifford again to the outer side. Anderson and Ford. The youngster can't find it. Ford will get there first. Takes the ball across the line for a throw-in. 19-17 to 9-6. Kennedy in opposition to Spiel. The bodies go in. Hupperts at the back of the play. Poor Pleasure gave it to him. Out wider still. Clifford. Great run by Giles through the centre line. Kicks to the lead of Cunningham. Thumped away by Howard. Craig will be first to recover. Zubranic. Graham. Eddie Fry. Oh, not a good handball, or he took it too casually. Quickly jams it onto his boot. Davies up, thumped away. First to recover. Filkey winds his way through the pack. Caught the wrong way, goes this way, then that way, every way. The ball is shot out, but a free kick will go to Ben Harris as Filkey or Davies came straight over the top of Harris and used him as a doormat. And I think Phil Heinrich's about to enter the game for the first time this afternoon.
Harris goes wide to Paul Pleasure. And he is playing well, Harris. Darby should have 15 against him. Paul Pleasure doesn't want it. Eckerman's made a big run from this side of the ground. Filkey puts the pressure on. Now Curtis. Short. Clifford. The Bombers got it. Off he goes. He wants Feletic. Feletic's got it. Then he gives it to Anderson. Kick smothered. Kinnear, seen very little of that player. Evans in front. No mark. Recovers well. Howard's gone. But it was being held to him according to the umpire. Zubranic off. I think he got a bit of a headache for that from that high tackle that he got a little while back. Heinrich on. Kennedy. Cunningham. Finally got it. Puts it onto the right boot. Offline, a point. 9-7 the Magpies. The Blues are 19-17.
Played 18 minutes of the third quarter. Andrew Downs. Kennedy at the back. Spiel in the front. Ray Hupperts easily took it on his chest. Big fella's completely mistimed it. Not the best pass I've ever seen from Ray Hupperts. Craig wants a holding the ball decision. Big Tim Evans tries to break his way through the pack. It's a throw-in. Full forward left pocket, Spiel and Kennedy. Spiel tried to tap it down there to Painter. Hupperts gets around Derrington, caught on the left leg, fine pass to Cunningham, and I think that it's Derrington got taken out behind play. I didn't see the bump at all. There's not too much crowd reaction, so I assume it was legitimate. Cunningham with kick number 11 heads towards goal. It's a nice looking kick coming back with the boot. Cunningham's first goal. Port Adelaide have hit double figures, 10-7. They trail Sturt 19-17.
Spiel off, Hargraves on. Ray Hupperts has got into the game just a little bit of late. He got the kick away to Cunningham on that occasion, and Port Adelaide vice-captain, as he normally does, scored the goal. I don't think there was much in it between Hupperts and Derrington. 19-17 Sturt, Port Adelaide 10-7.
You'd think the Sturt camp would look a bit happier than that with the brilliant performance being handed out by their charges, although they've died in their run a little bit now, but they set a high standard. Hollis, Painter, Graham, back to Craig. Oh, well done, Eckerman. Read it beautifully. One handball too much. Out towards Feletic. Feletic has got Wilson on his hammer. Ford goes back towards Pake. Coming in Whittlesea. Anderson, well done. Against the tide, the youngster gets the kick away back towards Kennedy. Cunningham forced to fly. In the action there was Hollis, and he's got the free kick. Drop punts. Davies at the back of the pack. He comes out with the ball. He doesn't have it long, however, as Harris clears for the Magpies.
Playing well for them too. Kick is just in, but out. Will be thrown in. Port Adelaide might start to feel fairly soon. They've got a chance of winning this. They got a couple more before the break. Perhaps that's just wishful thinking. Over the top painter. Anderson down. It was being held to him. 19-17 Sturt. They've kicked 1-7 this quarter. Their accuracy of the early part of the game has now left them. They kicked 11-5 in the first. I think at one stage they had 10-1. Whittlesea. Kinnear. Well, Kinnear did it well. Put it out towards Filletic. Filletic pirouettes. Have to do something with it now. Holding the ball. They're going to play it on. That was Pake. Curtis nearly marked it, then dived on it. Then gets one for a high tackle. He's got to play a short. I think that's Giles. Giles will play it to Kennedy. Kennedy should go long. I don't think Evans will quite get there. Oh, good mark, Howard. He's being paid, and Howard is one of many of the Sturt defenders who've done a good job today.
Certainly, Peter. Not too many Port winners in attack. Kick number 9 to Howard. Motley up, got his hands to it, but the umpire said he got pushed out of it. Gets a free kick. The Port Adelaide player down appears to be Belton, or is it Harvey? And Belton it is. And the free kick will go to Motley. Motley's had to come well upfield to get it. He's check side of centre wing as he drives the Blues towards the half-forward line. Heinrich will get a fly. Fisted away by Hughes to Cunningham, put him under pressure. Derrington there. Heinrich over the top as well, and umpire Des Foster intervenes for a bounce. Half-forward, right flank, Sturt in attack. 19-17 plays 10-7. 23 minutes of the third quarter. Hargraves and Kennedy. Barbary. Hollis couldn't pick it up. Giles, good dash through the pack, can't keep his footing, however. Coming through forward, does it well, but it was straight to Ackerman. Mishandles. A long one, Craig, up towards Davies. As soon as Harris lost his footing, never, ever any doubt that Davies was going to mark that one. You just can't give a player with the marking ability of Davies that sort of start. I think this will be number 10. Right on the edge of the line. Double figures, Rick Davies. 20 goals, 17. Port Adelaide 10-7. And Rick Davies having a field day.
He kicked 6 in the first quarter, but I'd like to pay a tribute to Ben Harris, who's been on him now for about a quarter and a half. I think he did the right thing, Harris, because Craig hasn't been kicking the ball very long today. Harris came out, saw that it was coming long, slipped over, and even then he made it hard for the Sturt forward. Sturt are now 20-17, Port 10-7.
Kennedy against Hargraves. Kennedy's thump away, but it was towards Michael Graham. Backed up superbly by Fry. Grubbers one to the half-forward line. Derrington gets round Ackerman, did it well, but left the football behind. Recovers beautifully, sold the pup, strides towards goal, kicks away, and what a magnificent goal. How do you like that for a solo effort? His first, 21-17 the Blues, 10 goals, 7. At nearly a Port Adelaide defender looked like laying a finger on him.
He did it on his own, Derrington, but I think he was aided a little bit by some pretty poor defensive work from Port Adelaide. When he finally ran away, though, he looked good as he kicked the goal. Sturt are doing it very easily at the moment.
Hargraves and Kennedy. Bradley got it across there to Clifford, I think it was. Got the kick away. Brenton Cole, Port Adelaide in. Filletic stood his ground well and took a good mark. Pake was coming back fast. Filletic's got it. 35 metres out. Struggled hard, his 10th kick. kicked a goal. Well, that's not his second. Well offline. 1-2 to Milan Faletic. 1-3, I beg your pardon. 21-17 to 10-9.
Downs to kick off. Been getting reasonable distance today. That's no exception. Or Fry up high. Didn't take the mark, but recovered well. Paul Cleisha was looking for Kinnear. Kinnear slow to get it back. Whittlesey played it well. Barbary put it over the top of Craig. Craig will run through half forward. Give Rick a chance. He can't find him. It's through for a point. Port Adelaide are certainly stacking that forward line with of Sturt with defenders, trying to stop Big Rick from kicking goals.
Hughes. Coming grandstand side, looking for Kennedy. Hollis over the top. That's a fine mark. Sturt have got some contributors this afternoon. Too far out to score. Davies, it's going to be 2-on-1 again. The big fellow's in the middle there, can't bring it down. Curtis. Harvey. Belt. Huppets was the instigator of the whole lot. Belton's on the half-back line.
Plays it on now. Looking for Bradley, who's been strangely quiet. Ben Harris is in a bit of trouble too, since falling over a little while back. He's been calling for a trainer. He's got one now. His last run at the ball, he didn't look at all confident. Port Adelaide have got some sick players at the moment, though. Michael Graham uses his pace to advantage. Craig behind Paul Cleisha. No mark. Ducking the head was Eddie Fry. Peter Motley. Craig used one hand, then dropped it. In trouble now, holding the ball. Starting to finesse a little bit, the Sturt players. Harvey to Huppets. Clifford wants it. Now he's got the run of it. Oh, gee, Michael Graham was on him in a flash. Clifford finally. Down he goes. Curtis. Belton. Belton's recovered. A long one. Evans is one out. In front. No mark. Well done, Downs. Out it comes. Pake to Downs. Sturt running out of defence. Filletic can't catch him. Big leap, Motley. Off he goes. The siren has gone, in fact. Pretty hard to hear in this Sturt stand. The third quarter has ended. The Blues at 21-18, Port 10-8.
Gee, they only increased their lead by 4 points there.
At Alberton Oval, Port trailing by a massive 76 points. Getting it out of the centre, Anderson. Port Adelaide have obviously made changes. Not a good kick. Fry easily at half-back. Puts it wide. Painter, possibly best man on the ground. Spiel, caught by Anderson. Back to Painter, out of bounds. Sturt, I feel, started to finesse a bit in that third quarter when they kicked 3-8 to Port Adelaide's 3-4. Derrington, back to Painter. That's his 20th kick, by the way. Davies has got 10. Curtis. The Graham handball was astray. Eckerman. Heinrich. Filkey lines them up and misses. Filkey's fourth miss, I think, today. 21-19 now, Sturt. Port 10-8.
Danny Hughes is finally wound up at full back. Anthony Dutt started there until Davies kicked 6 in the first quarter and a couple in the second. He's on the bench with skipper Russell Ebert, nursing a hamstring problem. Heinrich, the back of the pack. Eckerman. With him is Wilson, but the ball beats him to the line. 21-19 plays 10-8.
Yes, Harris has gone to a forward pocket in. I thought he had done a very good job on Davies.
Out of play once more. Hasn't been easy Painter in particular has sent in some beautiful passes. Davies normally powerful in the air. No exception today. Painter, a magnificent performance. Up towards the half-forward line. At the back is Davies. He'll give Heinrich this one. A lay-down misere as he goes into the open goal. He gets him, but he gives him as well. Heinrich's first. Sturt 22-19 to Port Adelaide 10-8.
Painter's take on centre wing was very good. Kicked a floater up forward. Davies read it better than anybody else. Snared the ball, gave it to Heinrich, and it was easy from there on. 22-19 the Blues. The Magpies are 10-8.
Centre bounce, getting very dark here at Unley. Spiel's tap away towards Clifford. Painter got it forward. Only as far, however, as Anderson. Curtis got that one out well. Gave Bradley a chance. Cole, Clifford, Port Adelaide with method, go into attack. Evans on the lead, well dispatched, beautifully done. And Evans has got the ball in the full forward right pocket, about 30 metres out. Evans has got 4, not bad in a losing score of 10-8. Kick number 6 coming up. Not getting a lot of encouragement for the Sturt stand here as he put through number 5. Tim Evans, it's been a good comeback. 4 last week and 5 this week, and if Port Adelaide can get anything out of the Ashes today's performance, it's probably the fact that Tim Evans looks like he's back in the game safe and sound. 11-8 the Magpies, 22-19 Sturt.
5 goals from 6 kicks. In fact, the kick that didn't score a goal went to Ray Huppert's, from which Ray Huppert scored. So Tim Evans' contribution out of 11 goals has been a fine one, with limited opportunities. But the Sturt machine today have proved far too good for the Magpies.
Kennedy gets this tap away. That was an awkward-looking handball from Bradley to Cunningham, and the umpire said he threw it. Bradley's certainly not in agreement, but Desi Foster's been around too long. It was an attempt at a Russell Ebert overhand smash or overhead smash, but umpire Foster wasn't impressed at all. Brought him back half a centimetre as Derrington kicks to the half-forward flank. Kennedy up and in the middle of the pack. It is Motley. Kennedy's come out with the ball. Who's he going to pay? He's going to pay Kennedy. Gee, Sturt fans won't like that. Bradley, Clifford, Anderson. Put on the half-forward line. Bradley runs, but it's, shocking kick. It went straight to Fry. Never any Port Adelaide player looked like touching it.
Fry looks for Craig. Belton supplies the opposition, but Craig will run away from him. In tandem, Hollis gives support. Craig will give Davies a chance in the pocket. Hughes gives plenty of opposition. Big Rick looks back and says, any chance for a free kick? The umpire doesn't oblige. We're past the 5-minute mark of the last quarter. Rick Davies will go for the throw in against Kennedy. Barbara's kicked it out. Came off Port Adelaide player's foot. It'll be thrown in again. Davies got it down. Gee, that was a fine knockdown. I think it was to Painter. No, it wasn't. Filkey it was. And Filkey, fine kick from that tap down, brought his 3rd goal. And that was a wonderful effort from Rick Davies.
Davies is superb. No matter where he is, he's in control. And there's been no better player over the years than Davies at palming the ball to his Rovers. And that was a classic example. And Filkey, who hasn't been able to shoot him on the run, a magnificent snap, his 3rd.
Spiel in the centre against Kennedy. Down to Painter. Painter missed that one. Kennedy recovers. The handball only goes as far as forward. Painter back. Cole smashes. Clifford puts it further down Port Adelaide's way. Anderson fell over. Pake to Barbary, then to Craig. Craig wrong foots Cunningham and gives it to Fry. Fry hasn't really got anyone to give it to. He's forced to go long. Derrington from behind and being paid. Well, Eckerman doesn't agree. Derrington's got it. Davies is on the move. Derrington goes short to Motley. Davies leads. No, Motley doesn't want him. Davies has drifted back. A long torpedo punt from Motley, but it's not a good one. ill-directed, and Kennedy takes a mark in the pocket.
Big Dexter's worked hard, but on the day he's been beaten. It's his 14th kick. Hardly call that a beaten ruckman, but kick to the outer side. Hollis, top mark. Good kick will make the distance. Got Davies in the square. The rest of the Sturt players keeping well wide. There's two Port players on him. Goes in high. Davies, Hughes in front. Within their Eckerman, but it's Kennedy who kicks the ball away. Back to Brenton Cole. Clifford provides the run. Giles. Short. Bradley.
Bradley on centre wing. Oh, I don't think Cole needed it, but back it came. Curtis. Anderson's wide. Bradley's the runner. Down he goes. The umpire gave him the benefit. He gave it to Anderson. His Spiels worked hard. Not only in ruck, but in field play as well. Howard. Hollis. Sturt have got loose players. Michael Graham waits for it. Puts it back to Spiel. Belton runs him down. Giles at centre half back. He had Clifford, then gave it to Huppets for Pleasure. Feletic and Pake. Again, Sturt have more players in the drop of the ball. They made a mistake then. Feletic playing it in front of him. He'll be outrun though. There's 5 Sturt players against Feletic. How can you win? Gee, and that tells the story,
not a
doesn't it?
sausage to help him. As you said, 5-1. You called it right.
Fry. Painter in tandem. How often have we seen that? Davies on a lead. He's got it. Played it on to Derrington. Michael Graham short. That's where it goes. Graham, open goal. What great football, Sturt. 3 to Graham. 24-19, Sturt. Port Adelaide 10-8 or 11-8.
The Sturt supporters here are beside themselves with glee. And who could blame them? What a fantastic performance the Blues have put on all afternoon. That first 20 minutes will stick in my mind for a long time. Some of the finest football that you've ever seen. But now it's every player pitching in, not at all selfish, moving the ball well around. And how about that pick-up? One grab from Michael Graham for his 3rd goal.
Port have given up, I'm sure. Spiel. Craig. Caught. Put the handball away. Kinnear comes in. A very quick kick. Pake spoils away from Feletic. Kinnear fell over. A bounce. 24-19. Sturt have kicked 13-14 since quarter time. They've been in control all day. They've always been going to win the game. Pate weaved his way through the pack very well. Cunningham. Painter. He found Howard. See, that was a fine handball. Howard. Graham in front. Hollis. Spoilt by Belton, or smothered by Belton. Short to Kennedy. Kennedy will play it on. He finds Feletic. That was well done, Kennedy. Feletic at centre half forward. Hasn't really had a good day. I wouldn't say that he's had that many opportunities either, but this will be his 11th kick. 1-3 he's kicked. That's got height. Evans couldn't get off the ground. Forward. Howard slipped over, out. It wasn't out when he showed the umpire, but it was out before.
Certainly was. Spiel. Bradley's having to come in to do the ruck work for Port Adelaide, such as the players getting caught behind the game. Sturt have run them into the ground. Brendan Howard, an awkward left footer. Dexter Kennedy. Ben Harris is limping. That's the reason that they couldn't get across there. He can't make a metre. Hurt himself in an encounter with Big Rick Davies a little while ago. 11th kick to Clifford up towards Evans at the back of the pack. Barbary. Brendan Howard back to Barbary in the 1-2. Well, not a good kick at all. Cole over the top. Does this one well. Gets out of it beautifully. Gives a chance to Anderson, or not Anderson. It's Feletic. The handball was just too far. Milan caught on the left leg. Big Spill does that well out in front of Ford. Coming across is Clifford. Ford and Clifford. Man for man they go. In chips Michael Graham. Ray Wilson. The Blues in flight. Out comes Davies, but the pass is a shocker for a change for Sturt. And John Harvey will clear.
He's got Kennedy way out on his own. Dexter's fought it pretty hard today. Well, it's his 11th mark, Dexter Kennedy, and his 15th kick. Matter of fact, that's his 18th kick, Dexter, and 11 marks. With his ruck duels, though, he seems to give away front position too easily, Dexter. I don't know, he always seems to be coming in from behind. Craig. Back to Painter, best man on ground, Painter. He or possibly Davies, take your pick. Motley dropped it. I don't think I've seen that happen very often. Harvey. Kinnear. Kinnear's been beaten. Ducked. The tackle wasn't applied, though. Kinnear wants to go long. As well he might. Tim Evans, surrounded by 3 Sturt players. Downs punched away. Ford. He wrong-footed Anderson. Craig's on his own. He's got Fry. Didn't play that too well, but it ended up with Darrington. Take your pick. Who wants to kick a goal? Fry misses, but Sturt in, well, it's easy now, isn't it?
Oh, Peter, yeah, they've got 37 players out there, I reckon. Port Adelaide can't find 18. Gee, they're a tired bunch. Sturt have made them chase Guernseys all afternoon. Cole couldn't get down to that. Darrington's pushed in the back. A very tired, frustrated side. Full marks to Sturt. Craig, one of the instigators of the massacre. I'll bet you it's a long time since Port Adelaide have been beaten by so much. 15th kick coming up for Craig. Make the distance one of his better ones. Oh, a towering torpedo punt. He's putting it into orbit. Cleared the goals by 20 metres. His first. 25-20, plays 11-8.
They've had some fine players, Sturt. Painter's had 23 kicks and 10 handballs. Fry's had 18 kicks and 8 handballs. Craig's had 15 and 12. They certainly had some instigators. And of course, Big Rick at full forward has kicked 10 goals and given away a couple more.
Spiel and Kennedy. I don't think Kennedy's been off the ball since he entered the game halfway through the second quarter. Tackle was a little bit low on Filkey. It was a lagging. That'll be against Curtis by at least 15 metres, I would think, and if he doesn't hurry, it's 30 metres. Fairly graciously gives back the ball to Filkey. Nice looking kick up towards Davies. 2-on-1 sandwich. Davies, Kennedy playing the man behind. Big Dexter. Short to Cunningham. Oh, could have run himself into trouble here. Hughes, Bradley, back to Hughes. Now they're in trouble. Sturt taken off them. Craig does it well. Wilson, Heinrich into the open goal. Go the Blues again. Gives it back. Darrington this time into the open goal. Port Adelaide. I can't believe it, but I saw it. Darrington's second goal. 26-20 to Port 11-8.
Well, we'll let the pitcher tell the story there. Sleight of hand from the Sturt side. The handballing has been magnificent all day, and that's the secret. They move it so quickly, they've mesmerised the Magpies. In their lead now, 26-20 to 11-8.
Kennedy and Spiel. Still plenty to go to complete the Magpies' humiliation. Curtis got away a good, not Curtis, Clifford got away a good kick despite the fact that he was slung like that. Huppets to Folletic. Curtis out wide. Evans in the square. Milan's kick is high. Evans getting to it, almost pulls it down, but the ball is thumped out of play.
46 scoring shots to 19. 27 different. And if that's not dominance, I don't know what is. Howard, a fine game. Huppets is under it. There's no better chest mark of a ball than Ray Huppets. He does it very well. He finds Clifford with that. Gave it to Bradley. I don't really know why. Bradley back to Clifford. Not a good kick. Evans is nowhere near it. Spiel in front. He's been the best ruckman on the ground, Spiel. in terms of his control of the ball in the square and in boundary setups. Dexter Kennedy in field play's done well. Much better than Spiel. Filkey, Barbary. Davies in front of Hughes. Big Rick couldn't mark it. Backs up well though, gives it to Painter. Painter to Heinrich. He's marked it in the forward pocket. Port Adelaide defender will have to come back. I think Heinrich will probably shoot for goal. He's kicked one since coming on. Spiel's coming off, to the applause of the Sturt supporters. Heinrich's kick is offline, a point. Hargraves comes on. We're past 17 minutes and it's a massacre, Ian. It's not a football match.
Yes, Peter. I've mentioned 3 times, 4 times, perhaps through the broadcast, the big crowd came to see a contest, and all they saw, or all they are seeing, is an exhibition of brilliant football by Sturt. 26-21. Plays 11-8, and there's some tired footballers out there. And we've only played, what, 17 minutes? 18 minutes almost of the final quarter. 26-21 plays 11-8. 103-point deficit for the Magpies. Kennedy, Huppets. Michael Graham gets a good sit in the end. Gets it out wide. Hollis. Barbary on the leaders. Davies, beautifully put. Gee, he's been on the end of some lace-out passes this afternoon. And the big fellow's shown some dash. Saw him almost run down a much smaller player as he chased up the centre. Going back in that third quarter, kick number 12. Lost first for the quarter. He's kicked 10 goals. Don't think that's 11. Umpire said it's sidled across the front. 10 goals, 2 I think it is now to Davies, as they move on to 26 goals, 22.
Rick Davies has got 68 for the year now.
Peter, either we've got a lot of Port Adelaide masochists or they're all Sturt supporters, because it doesn't appear to be a great exodus of the crowd.
No, I don't think anyone's left. I can see 2 walking down the street. It's about all. Good mark, Hargraves. Beat Kennedy on that occasion, but Dexter's played pretty well for Port Adelaide. Davies goes down and gets a free kick. I wonder if he'll kick this one. If there's anything short on, he might try and use it, but now out goes Malcolm Greenslade again. Now, Malcolm ran out in the second quarter to give Rick a hint, and Rick kicked it. Advice from a veteran to a semi-veteran. No, Big Rick's going to have a shot.
The last time he did it, he booted it, Peter. He took the left goal post.
This will be 11 for Rick. Gee, he dropped that ball in a most unusual fashion, and then he kicked it. Well, a victory salute from the big bloke. He's now equalled the record of a full forward in games between Sturt and Port Adelaide. Beau Morton kicked 11 during his reign as the great full forward at Sturt. Now Rick Davies has joined him also with 11. Sturt at 27-22, Port 11-8.
Peter, he's got plenty of time to beat it. I would think there's 10 minutes to go. There's 5 minutes of actual time, plus time on, and there's been quite a few goals and points kicked in this last quarter. Kennedy up high to Derrington. The Blues going again wide, out towards Motley. An easy mark. He wants to get it in quickly. It's 1-on-1 at the moment. Yes, he's going to play on. Puts it up in the air. I think he's gone for home with that one. That's a massive kick. Davies! Well, here it is. A chance to break the record. Thought that was going to get home. Tucked him around on the quarter. The big fellow trying to get through all the streamers. Might try to prove his angle. Not much to aim at the moment. Rick Davies, he's only 5 metres out, as you can see, from where he'll kick the ball. Goes for home with a long one, but whoop. Try to put it out into the street. Michael Graham coming off the arena. Going back on Zubrnik.
27-23. 50 scoring shots. Port Adelaide 11-8. Bradley. Soundly beaten by Painter today. Eckerman. Towards Valetic. Hake from behind. Anderson the crumbs. Wide is Belton. Ben Harris led, but he's obviously an injured player, Ben Harris. one of the fine crop of youngsters that Port Adelaide have. Derrington to Fry. Fry will bounce it past Valetic as though he was a ghost. Hargraves, he'll play on. Rico wants it. It's coming in short, but Craig gets it. I think that was a missed kick. But Sturt playing in front. That's the answer. Simple formula. 16th kick coming up for Neil Craig. Kicked a mammoth goal a little while ago. He's had 13 handballs. That's offline. 27-24. Port Adelaide 11-8.
Yes, I don't think there's a Sturt player that hasn't played brilliantly within the teamwork of the side.
Did you see any better players than Painter and, say, Davies in?
Oh, certainly not, Peter. Painter, a magnificent performer. But some of their defences have been great footballers as well this afternoon. Filkey using his body well. Derrington. Painter again. Wilson. Off they go. Around Kennedy like he's a signpost. Off goes Wilson. Davies out on the lead. Thumped away by Hughes. Back towards Zubernick. Bradley under pressure. Davies comes out with the ball, looking for someone to give it to. He back passes, concedes about 30 metres. Hargraves almost fell over with the shock. Kinnear through. Anderson has got time. Evans on the lead. They don't even look for him. Didn't raise the eyes. Give the easy mark to down. And hello, Evans is limping too. Not looking good for Port Adelaide. The pass is a shocker. Cole, Evans on his lonesome. Will they look for him this time? Out goes the big fellow, but Pate comes across his path. Now he's got another chance, but he allows Valetic to get to it. Huppets is in the pocket. Can't get round the corner to him. Downs in a bit of trouble. Ducked the head, but got out of it well. Howard. Good hand pass, Andrew Downs. Derrington.
Rick Davies has introduced a new dimension into our game. Kicking the wrong way. Derrington. Motley. Oh, good leap. Couldn't quite take it. Harvey takes it out, I think. No. Curtis. Derrington. Zubernick's on his own. Derrington holds onto it for a while. Goes long. Looking for Motley as well he might. In the back, Motley will take a free kick. I think he might go for goal too. Motley can kick a fair distance. I don't think he's kicked a goal, Motley, today. Most unusual in a score of 27 goals for the centre-half forward not to get one, but on these small ovals, that can happen. Davies from behind. Couldn't get there. It's gone through for a point. 27-25, 11-8.
Yes, when Sturt had that purple patch in the first quarter, Peter, centre-half forward was a non-existent position because they were just going straight over the top to Davies. Here's a chance now. Hollis goes towards the open goal, but offline once more. 27, 26, 53 scoring shots to 19. Sturt could have been well over the 30-goal mark had they kicked straight. Sturt supporters starting to leave the stand now. Happy they've witnessed one of the greatest exhibitions ever and against their old foe and rival, Port Adelaide. Poor Pleasure. Hughes provides the run. Over the half-back line towards centre wing. Kinnear got an edge in. Fry is there. Kinnear's had a very quiet afternoon. Only 4 kicks, most un-Kim Kinnear-like. 3 handballs as well.
Dexter Kennedy and Hargraves. Kennedy down to Bradley. Bradley quickly to Clifford. Clifford a bit undecided about what to do. Belton swung it around. Evans is in front on this occasion. Gets a free kick for a push in the back. Downs goes up to have a conversation with the umpire. Whether you like it or not, the umpire was very close to that confrontation there. Evans' 7th kick. He's got 5 goals. That's 6 without a miss to Evans. Not a bad performance. 6 out of 12 goals. 12-8 the Magpies, 27-26 the Blues. Yes,
small consolation for Port Adelaide that Tim Evans is back hale and hearty, although he, from that previous encounter, not that one, he came up limping. Ben Harris is in the forward pocket. He can't raise a gallop. Russell Ebert sitting on the bench with another hamstring problem. So Port Adelaide, apart from being humiliated, are coming back fairly scathed.
Hargraves got very high. Craig, Painter gave it to Wilson, but he wasn't sure about it. 26 handballs. 26 kicks, Painter to centre half forward. Heinrich couldn't take it. Strangely enough, the umpire paid that to Paul Pleasure. I thought the Sturt player had it. Hughes. One hand, Clifford. Cole. He's fought pretty hard, Cole. Kinnear. Going to play on now. Ooh, we try to give it back to Cole. Not much wisdom in that, I don't think. Cole fights with fresh air before kicking it. Barbary. Court. Play on, says the umpire. A bounce down at centre half forward. 27-26 to Port Adelaide 12-8.
Kennedy comes in for the bounce down against Hargraves, taps it away from Craig. Taken away, however, by Whittlesey to Wilson. Pake. A long one towards the forward position. Well taken, Motley. Gives a chance now to Filkey. On the lead goes Davies. It's in low. He's only got Big Hughes to beat. Gets round on the wrong leg. Well smothered Hughes. Hughes can't find it. In comes Huppets to save the day. Davies could be his last chance to break Beau Morton's record of 11 goals against Port Adelaide. Maybe he would just like to be with Beau Morton. What a great he was for Sturt. Up towards full forward. Downs at the back of the pack there. In gallops Pake. Brendan Howard. Short. Wilson.
Wilson. He's had a keen tussle with Cole. It's his 12th kick, Ray Wilson. Motley couldn't take the mark. We'll get the free kick though. The umpires have certainly positioned themselves well today for the free kicks. Time running out in this game. Ecstasy for the Blues. Not so for the Magpies. Curtis along the ground, out. Sturt's inaccuracy is hard to fathom today. They've missed a lot of easy shots for goal. Davies hasn't been one of the offenders. Take a kick, Stephen.
Popular out here, Stephen Clifford, Peter.
Well, yes, he wouldn't win a contest, that's for sure. Bradley goes forward. Pake. Pake will run it on. Craig. That'll go back to Fry. Fry's running like a man possessed. Hollis. Pake. What a run, Pake. Amazing. Zubranik at centre half forward. Painter. Fry. Goal. Well, ridiculous. What amazing football. First goal to Fry. Sturt 28-26, Port 12-8. Have you ever seen anything like that here?
Well, Peter, I think that's clinched a marvellous game for Sturt. What brilliant running from the back line. You would think that Sturt half back line have just joined in the game. Fry bolted. I reckon his strides had to be 5 or 6 metres each. And he went down there in the double playing all the way down the paddock there. He was flanked by Pake. And in the end, it was a toss-up who was going to kick the goal. But I'm glad they gave it back to Eddie Fry. His 20th kick, it was well worthy. A goal from centre half back. 28-26 to Port Adelaide's 12-8.
Sturt have kicked 7 in the last quarter, but time's running out. I don't think they can get 30. Clifford. Anderson. Huppets, the siren's gone. Great victory, Sturt. Davies got 10. Sturt got 28-26 to Port Adelaide 12-8. Davies got 11, in fact. He equalled Beau Morton's record.